10 signs that you reject your true self. Maybe you've been feeling depressed lately, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current life situation. Whatever the case may be, these signs might be a sign that you're rejecting your true self. Sometimes it's hard to understand how one can reject their true self, so we took some time to consider the possibility and put together a list of 10 ways that people might reject themselves as they are. You may find yourself thinking I'm fine when really, part of what makes you feel like a good person is letting others make decisions for us. Number 1. You are hard to talk to. Sometimes it's harder for people to get a hold of you than it is for others. Maybe you don't like talking on the phone, or maybe you respond in one-word answers or only through text, because that's easier. Either way, if you're the kind of person who doesn't like to be around people, then that could be a sign that you're rejecting yourself as well as others. People who don't enjoy spending time with others won't be very popular, will they? Just think about it. Number 2. You make fun of yourself too much. We all make jokes about ourselves sometimes. It's not like we're telling people what to think of us, right? Well, maybe we are. If you're the kind of person who's constantly making fun of themselves, it could be a sign that you are rejecting yourself. People who aren't confident in themselves will often put themselves down just to try and make others like them more. If people sense that you don't really believe how fun or smart or interesting or attractive you are, they'll back off because no one likes to hang around someone with low self-esteem. Number 3. You have no self-worth. If you don't think you're worth anything, it's hard for others to see it but not for them to feel it. People will notice that you're not giving yourself your worth, and when people don't see your value, they will try and take care of it for you. You can lose so much by giving up on yourself, and if that's the case, then it's time to put your foot down. Don't lose out because of what people think. They might be able to take care of themselves, but you can't. Number 4. You do things that disappoint others. If you decide to do things that disappoint other people, then you're rejecting yourself as well as others. If you're the kind of person who doesn't even want to be around people, then you won't want anyone to be disappointed in you. People who don't like being around other people won't be very popular, will they? People don't like being looked down on. If you're the kind of person that's embarrassed by other people's opinions, then it could be a sign that you're rejecting yourself as well as others. Number 5. You make decisions for others without bothering about what it means for yourself. If you make decisions for other people without any regard for how that might affect yourself, then it could be a sign of rejection from both sides. People might not see how much you can do, but they can also be affected by your decisions. If you're not careful about how you make decisions for others, then it could be a sign that you are rejecting yourself as well as others. After all, sometimes we have to take into consideration how our actions affect others when making decisions that affect us. Number 6. You don't trust anyone, and it's hard for people to get close to you. If the reason you don't let people get close to you is because of rejection, then that could be a sign that you're rejecting yourself as well as others. People who don't like people close to them won't be very popular, will they? If you don't care if you're liked, then it might be a sign that you aren't putting your best foot forward. Put yourself out there and make the most of it. People enjoy being in the company of others. Number 7. You hide yourself away in your comfort zone. People who don't want to be around others will often hide themselves away just because others don't see their potential. This is a big reason why people don't like to go to parties, isn't it? It's because they just don't know how to fit in. This can be bothersome to other people as well, but we have to understand that it takes a lot of bravery sometimes for people to put themselves out there. If you're the kind of person who doesn't want others to see you for what you are, or what you might become in the future, then it could be a sign that you're rejecting yourself as well as others. Number 8. You don't believe in your own talent. If you've been feeling down lately, it could be a sign that you're rejecting yourself as well as others. People will often feel down when they don't see their own talents, so it's important to have someone around that can share your talents with the world. If you're not being seen for what you are, then it could be a sign that you're rejecting yourself as well as others. Sometimes people just need to be reminded of their own potential. Number 9. You never make plans for the future and get caught up in the past. If you're the kind of person who never makes plans for the future, it could be a sign that you're rejecting yourself as well as others. People who don't see themselves in the future can end up rejecting themselves and also make others reject them. It's best to put your best foot forward, isn't it? If you want to be successful, then why not start planning how to be successful? Don't just wait for something magical to happen. Number 10. You don't really believe what other people have to say about you. Sometimes we have people in our lives that we trust more than our own heart when it comes to accepting compliments and rejecting criticism or advice on how we can grow as a person. If you got someone like that in your life, then you should listen to them and do as they say. But if you don't really believe what other people have to say about yourself, it could be a sign that you're rejecting yourself as well as others. People who don't believe in the value of what other people have to say about them will often reject others when they criticize them. In conclusion, one of the most popular sayings is, if you love it, let it go. If it comes back to you, then it was meant to be. This applies to people as well as things and concepts. Just like the birds that fly away from their nest when they're ready, so do people have a way of finding their destiny when they're ready for it. This can be a very lonely time for some people without that one person who has your back and believes in you enough to keep pushing you forward. But if you can find true strength within yourself and not depend on someone else for your own personal happiness, you'll soon find that others will admire your courage as well as support your personal growth. Thank you for your time with this post. Please share this podcast with your friends, and we'd love to hear that you'll be here next time.